What's up, guys? It's your boy TPP, and I'm back with that true crime talk, baby. Let's go. Yo, we got another day of that Melly trial. But before we get into that, do me a favor. Huge favor, guys, real quick. Smash that like right down there. Smash that like, please. Super easy to do. And if you haven't already, if you're part of that 60% of people that are watching my videos without subscribing, can you just do me a favor already? Let's make the commitment together. Just go down there and hit that subscribe button for me, man. Come on, how you gonna do me like that? You gonna watch my content and you're not gonna subscribe? Come on, where's the honor in that? Come on, some integrity, man. Do the right thing when nobody's watching and just smash that subscribe. Help me out. I'd appreciate it. I put work in research and all this stuff. Appreciate y'all. Much love. Let's jump into it. All right, guys, we have another day of that Melly trial. And let me tell you, right? It's boring. I ain't gonna lie, it's boring. We listened to a lot of stuff today that, it doesn't necessarily help paint the picture completely. But you gotta understand, I've been watching chat, right? And like I said last video, you can tell school's out and there's a bunch of young people watching this trial that are brainwashed into thinking this dude is innocent. And they're like, oh, this testimony, it did nothing for us. It gave us nothing of substance. But listen, you got to understand, this prosecution, they have to check all the boxes during this trial. And they have to check them all. So even the most mundane part of these investigations, from forensics, all the different things, it has to be covered. Regardless if it's boring, it all has to be covered. That way defense can't come back and question, well, why didn't you do this? Or why didn't you do this? Or why didn't you do this? Why did nobody come up and testify on this? Why didn't you bring in the witnesses to testify on this? So guys, you just have to bear with it, man. It is. You know what I mean? And there was little nuggets, you know what I mean, of good stuff in there of evidence wise. You know what I mean? It's like we pretty much know that the casings all came from the same weapon, right? Or weapons. So it's, even though we can't like necessarily say projectiles came from the same one, because obviously they get destroyed going through vehicles and going through people and glass and whatnot. It's part of the process, man. So if you're like listening, there's little nuggets, little kernels of evidence in there that kind of line up with the overall story. But we're gonna hear a lot of testimony that is just boring as hell, but it's part of it. Prosecution has to. They literally have to go through it all. And the bad part about it is defense has a chance to get up there and make little mundane, parts of these testimonies seem like they don't matter, or like, they're inconclusive and like this is proving his innocence, which they're not. They're just not. But you know what I mean? Not every juror is going to be on that stand with as much, I don't know, history of watching trials and understanding how this all works. So, hey, those little things in defense might actually work. Let's hope not. Let's hope that they see through the BS. You know what I mean? And this goes the way we think it's going to go. But that being said, guys, yep, another boring day. Not a whole lot popping. Not a lot of gotcha moments. But what I did find interesting is, why the trial, why they were at lunch, I went ahead and jumped on, and I watched an interview. Of one of the young men's dads, one of the victims' dads. And you know what? I'll go ahead and actually I'll post that to the community page. So you know what I mean? If you make it this far into my videos, go over to the community page and I'll have it posted. But it's from News Nation, and the dad talks about all the different things that might be, the reason why this happened. And it seems that the group, they're about to sell their name, as far as like, not sell the group's name, but as far as selling the ability to use the group for merchandising and marketing and stuff. And the way the money was going to get split didn't seem right, but at the same time, that could have been a motive, right? And then in the same interview, the lady interviewing the father brought up the fact that, prosecution in the opening they talked about Melly's affiliation with gangs and how he was actually in the basically learning loyalty in this gang. And he has text messages that, they pretty much, talking about certain things, but using terminology that you would use if you were a gang member, like a blood. And I found that really interesting because it's like you could tell that people within the group, you know what I mean, had changed. So like Melly seemed like he went from being like this connected part of the group to more of wanting to be a real gangster. You know what I mean? And being the face of the group. So it's like it starts to like speak to his state of mind and why he possibly did this. So it could have been money. It could have been his mentality, and maybe he got disrespected. We're hearing stories of like fights and this and that before, like a week before this shooting happened. And in all honesty, I think it might be like a compound of all of these things. You know what I mean? But another thing that I found interesting, and they talk about it in the openings, prosecution did, is the fact that Melly's social media, influence is so big. He was getting messages and this and that, and I guess at one point somebody messaged him. I heard what happened. Are you all right? And he made a comment as to basically, I did that. Shh. Like, what, bro? That's a damn confession, bro. That's a confession. So, even though the trial has been kind of, besides the opening, we haven't really got to the juicy stuff where it really paints a good detail besides the videos where you see all four of the gentlemen get into the vehicle. You see Melly get into the driver's side passenger in the back, right behind the driver. And then you hear that the gunshots that killed the individuals came from the left. The left, where Melly's sitting, the left, right? Not through the windshield, not from the right side drive-by, but from the left inside the vehicle, right? That's pretty damning itself. So even though we don't have a firearm, we have shell of a 40 caliber casing in the car. The rounds that killed these two gentlemen, 40 cal, pretty self-explanatory at this point. Then you take in the fact that this dude like pretty much admitted on social media through a message, I did that. So, I mean, there's a lot, you know what I mean? There's a lot being said. I know that the trial's going to be long and there's going to be parts that are tedious and boring, but if you're paying attention and you're not jaded by, like your musical infatuation with this gentleman, he's guilty. You know what I mean? He's guilty. But, that's my opinion. Obviously, I'm always going to give my opinion, and my opinions are usually going to be based off of, like, actual evidence and, like, rational thought and seeing what it is. I'm sure I have some people that don't agree. That's fine. Y'all can let me know about it down in the comments. And I'm sure there's some of you that do agree, which y'all know. You can let me know down in the comments. We'll conversate on it all. But, yeah, guys, that's all I got for you for today's, trial. I wish there was more. And we'll get some more. It'll get juicier, I'm sure. But that being said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. I need to go do some exercising, hit some laps on this pole before it gets too late in the evening. The damn mosquitoes come out. But, yeah, guys, it's your boy, the Piscine Predator, a.k.a. TPP, baby. And until next video, much love. I'm out, y'all. Peace.